All right, so if you're out there house hunting in northern Colorado, chances are you've seen the name Hanson Farm pop up a lot. But what's the real story behind this super popular Fort Collins community? Well, this guide is going to give you a clear, no-nonsense look to help you figure out if it's the right place for you. You know, it's the classic dilemma every home buyer faces, right? Do you go for the charm, the big trees, the established feel of an older neighborhood? Or do you opt for the shiny, new, modern convenience of a new construction home? Hanson Farm was literally built to be the practical answer to that exact question.
The first impression you get when you drive through Hanson Farm, it's definitely modern. We're talking clean lines, wide open spaces inside, and all the current finishes you'd expect. It's got that fresh, brand new feel that's basically just waiting for you to move right in.
And this neighborhood didn't just happen. Oh no, it was designed, every piece of it. It's a planned community, which means you're going to notice things like these wide, easy-to-drive streets and a really consistent, cohesive look to all the homes. It just creates a real sense of place.
It absolutely has the feel of a quiet residential area, but it was designed to keep you connected. So you get all the peace and quiet of a distinct neighborhood, but you don't feel like you're isolated way out on the edge of town. You're still plugged right into the rest of Fort Collins.
So okay, let's really dive into Hanson Farm. It's located on the southeast side of Fort Collins, and it really sits in this unique spot, kind of a middle ground between the older, established city neighborhoods and those brand new developments that are popping up even further east. The whole vision here is just built around giving you a practical, predictable, and low-maintenance lifestyle. So what are the actual homes like? Let's take a look at how that whole vision of a practical lifestyle really translates into the houses you'll find here. What are you actually getting for your money?
The key word here is, without a doubt, practicality. The homes are mostly single-family detached houses built by big national and regional builders. You'll find a good mix of floor plans, but pretty much all of them have that modern, open concept feel we talked about. The big focus on efficient design and standardized finishes, well, that helps keep the prices more approachable, and it really simplifies the whole buying process.
Of course, beyond the house itself, where you live completely shapes your daily routine. So how does Hanson Farm's location actually impact your day-to-day life?
Honestly, this is one of the community's biggest selling points. Being right near Harmony Road and I-25 means your commute is incredibly efficient, whether you're heading down to Loveland, over to Windsor, or just to another part of Fort Collins. And you've got all your daily needs, grocery stores, restaurants, right there. But the neighborhood itself? It still keeps that quieter, more residential feel that you just won't find closer to Old Town.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the crucial details that every single buyer needs to understand. We're talking about the ongoing costs of owning the home, specifically the HOA and the tax situation. Yes, Hanson Farm has an HOA, which is super typical for newer communities like this one. Its main job is pretty simple. Handle the upkeep of common areas and landscaping, and make sure the neighborhood keeps a consistent, well-kept look for the long haul.
Now for a term you absolutely positively need to know: Metro District. Hanson Farm is in one. So what is it? Well, to put it simply, it's a financing tool. Instead of packing the full cost of all the new roads, sewers, and utilities into the initial price of the home, that cost gets paid off over time through your property taxes. And this creates a very clear trade-off. On one hand, your monthly property tax bill is going to be higher than in a home that's outside of a metro district. But on the other hand, that higher tax is exactly what pays for the brand new infrastructure you get to enjoy from day one. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a really key part of the affordability equation that you have to factor into your budget. Okay, so let's put it all together. Let's figure out who this community is really built for. Does your profile, what you're looking for, does it match up with the typical Hanson Farm resident? This community really shines for specific types of buyers. If you're a first-time buyer who loves the idea of a warranty and zero immediate repairs, it's a fantastic fit. Same goes for people relocating who just need something that's move-in ready and predictable. If easy access to I-25 is way up high on your list, or you just prefer a modern home without all the complexities of a custom build, you're probably going to feel right at home here.
So where does Hanson Farm fit in the bigger picture? Well, compared to older Fort Collins neighborhoods, you get a newer, lower-maintenance home, though maybe with a little less of that unique character. And compared to developments even farther east, you get a similar new build experience, but with a shorter commute and a more connected feel to the city. See, it really does occupy that practical middle ground.
And that brings us to maybe the most important takeaway of all.
To really understand the value of a home in a Hanson Farm, you can't just look at the list price. You have to compare the total monthly payment, including those Metro District taxes, against all your other options. That's the only way to see the full financial picture.
And that brings us right back to our original question. As you weigh all your options, this is what it really boils down to. What's the priority for your life right now? Answering that question will tell you if a modern, efficient, and connected community like Hanson Farm is the right place for you to call home.